What's up guys, Nightingale here. Welcome back to another video. Today, I wanted to talk to you about re-rolling, because that's typically the next thing that comes to a new player's agenda is whether to re-roll or not, and is it worth it? So let's start off first here with why would you want to re-roll? Well, let's be real, this is a gacha game. And part of the whole concept is, I need to get the best start possible. I want the most OP unit to begin with. Who can I get that will advance me the quickest? Who will carry me the longest? That's typically the things you ask when, or you are stating when you are trying to re-roll the game. Now, you could say you're looking for a great start, a meta start, so to speak. And this typically is kind of just gacha 101, alright? It's there. And if this is your first gacha game, remember this is a little bit different gacha game. Make sure you watch the other video, Why to Play Nikke, we kind of explain it, but just in short, it's an idle game first and foremost, so there are a few things that will be subtly different compared to other types of games, meaning you will have significant downtime at certain points during your gameplay because the game is meant to idle and collect resources over time. So why we're wanting to reroll is obviously to get a head start. And to go ahead and just jump out there, we'll give you guys a couple pointers right here on what do people look for when they reroll. So I have my game right here on the window right here. So my game's already loaded in right here. So what you'd be looking for as a new player is obviously you're trying to go for the rare start, which in this case is the Pilgrims. The Pilgrims are the rarest unit. We'll cover this again here in a little bit when we get onto a new account, but we're going to go ahead and just talk about a few of the units because I do have some. So what you would be looking for in this case would probably be the most sought after one, Scarlet. Scarlet is probably the most sought after unit here for terms of reroll, is just because Scarlet's kit is broken, alright? What she does and what she allows you to do in the game is incredible and one of the best starts you can possibly get in the game. Not the, doesn't mean it's the best or the worst or there is the only choice. There are other choices and we're going to explain a couple of them real quick. But if we're going in terms of rarity, the Pilgrims are definitely the direction to look into. Again, there are technically 5 manufacturers. Hate it. There should be 4, but there's 5. So Scarlet is part of one of those 5, the Pilgrim manufacturers. So with what her kit allows you to do, you got full screen wipe, insane DPS. She's a monster. This is why everybody looks for her, is because she's a DPS monster. Now, early on, people were talking about, oh, well, we need to go for tanks, we need to go for this, we need to go for that. It's a little bit different. Now, another good one that everybody tends to look for when re-rolling is Modernia. Now, let me just go ahead and show you what she really looks like when you first summon her so that you don't get her confused. But right now, till the end of the month, there will be a costume that you can acquire for Modernia. But this is what she looks like when you first summon her, and obviously Best Girl does deserve the best outfit. So, let her be happy with the commander's shirt on, and yes, it is adorable, and there was only one option when we voted for this. I don't even know why we had to vote. It was clearly this option. But Modernia is another great one. The easiest way I can say is machine guns go burr, and everything dies. Fantastic unit, great burst 3 for getting started. Absolutely it's fun to watch. But another just great overall DPS unit, and this is actually one of the cool things, is she is still so good as she is, you don't even have to use her burst 3. That's right. You could actually put her in at the end of your chain, never use her burst 3, and probably still out DPS some of your main DPS units. That's how good she is. Which is why her investment, clearly in the beginning of you investing into her, it's you max out skill 1, you wait on the others until you really just want to send her love. If she is your absolute waifu, you're like, I have to. Look, I'm not going to judge you. Look, we're going to talk about this right here, right now. If you want to talk about what you do for the love of your wives and your waifus, I'm going to show you right here and right now what you do. Yes, that's right. I 10-10-10'd my Noir because I could. Because I was like, this is her. This is it. This is the end. This is where I belong. Right here. Taco waifu. Everything you want in a unit, it's right there. So yeah, I instantly 10-10-10 to this unit. I don't even care. There was probably, I didn't need to, but I did. All right, so look, it's okay if you do that to any of these units because you're just absolutely in love with them. All right, not gonna judge. Now, moving on, there is one more. There's actually, we're gonna talk about two more pilgrims real quick. First one is Horny Nun right here. Yeah, I know, very odd statement, but it is the truth. I'm just gonna leave it there and let you discover the rest later. Rapunzel, I still have not gotten. I got her several times on day one rerolls, but I didn't take any of those accounts because I was after Scarlet. But Horny Nun here is definitely the a option if you want to save this account because you pulled her. It is a pilgrim, do remember that. She is also the only pilgrim with the only healer in the game with a revive. So keep that in mind. That is something to consider in the long term of re-rolling. And then the other major player here can be a very good option is Haran. Haran is a sniper burst 3. A great early starter unit. Does fall off just a little bit later on, but that's fine. But you got to think about what you're dealing with as you get much deeper in the game. But this is a option for players if you do get her and you save this account and you're going, yeah, you know, I really want Scarlet. You just keep pulling. Great. There's nothing wrong with that. But do keep in mind that Haran is a great unit. So if this is what you end up with, so be it and move on. Now, for those of you who have the absolute luck, you've walked under ladders, you shatter mirrors when you look at them, black cats stare at you all the time for whatever reason because you always seem to be crossing their paths, people look at you weird, you know, whatever your excuse is, there's a couple other options for those of us who are unlucky. And it does happen. It honestly does, is because you finally give up, whatever. A great choice, just because she's sitting right here. If you do end up with this pilgrim, there's nothing wrong with it. Snow White's a great unit. Literally can one-shot bosses if you really invest into her over time. I'm slowly working to that, but that day will eventually come. So if you do end up with this one, it's still a pilgrim. It's still great. Great unit. Don't feel like you've been shafted. But now let's move on to some non-pilgrims. So there is one top choice among all. If you end up just walking away with only this unit, it may feel a little bad at first, but I promise you, Litter is worth it. Now, again, she won't look like this. She will look like this for you guys when you summon her. Litter is one of the, and I mean the best burst one probably in the game. What she offers in her kit is just irreplaceable, and it's why she's in the core main unit, which is Litter, Bunny Twins, 2 DPS. That's literally it. So if you end up getting Litter in your rerolls, great, congratulations, you've got an awesome unit. There's so much here for just synergy, and she's a great unit. I'm still working on building mine up. A certain Choco waifu of mine took a lot of resources that paused me from building this unit at that specific time, so I just haven't recovered because I decided to go back and finish my main DPS, Scarlet. Then Modernia showed up and said, hi, I want your resources. I'm like, let's go, let's throw these out, let's keep going. But if you're gonna go out and you're gonna re-roll and you're gonna take something, Litter is definitely one to save. If you do get just an account with only her, don't feel bad, she's still good. As far as the others, if for whatever reason you end up with this, Noir, and an account, because it is possible, and Blanc on whatever you get, just go ahead and take it. These two together must be together. Now keep this in mind. If you get one, specifically her, Blanc, she is garbage. If you have both of them, they're amazing. She is amazing with Noir. So just keep that in mind. If you do somehow happen to pull these, I don't think you can get them in the tutorial. I hadn't looked at the rates very well, but if you are able to get them in another pull and you do pull both, just know that they're amazing together. Horrible. She's horrible without it. At least in this case, Noir is good on her own because she's not completely dependent on her functioning with, or Blanc functioning with Noir. So this is something to consider if you do get these. Great, cool. Outside of that, it starts diminishing pretty quick, but there are a couple good units just to think of. Pepper's a good shotgun, a good one. She won't look like this. She will look like this when you summon her. She's a good one. Definitely something that is, you know, if you have to take it, it's something there. A lot of people in the beginning were saying take Ludmilla due to her taunt and being super tanky. I don't think that school of thought really applies much here anymore. I think there are better units in the game, but you will see some advice floating around out there for that. Just keep in mind, you're going to get Pravity for free, so don't re-roll for a Pravity. I can't say that enough. And then real quick, just so that we can move on to some other things. If I was to take anything else, it would probably be, I might say take Rupee or Volume might be two. That if I just had to take something, I'd be looking at those. Because Volume's a great burst one to have on your account, especially now with Union Raid, Solo Raid, 2B. This is a great burst one to have because you're not going to want to run litter with everything. This is a great burst one to have. So there's a lot more specifics. Go in, read their kits. You'll understand why. Then there is also one last school of thought that we do want to talk about, just because it is here right now, is the fact of re-rolling for the collab units. So if you are playing during a collab or a limited thing, there is the technical option of rolling for that new unit. In this case, it is 2B and A2. These are limited. They're going to expire in 7 days as of me making this video. Just note that the probability rate is technically double. She's got a 2% chance of you summoning 2B, and then it's a big messy mess of every other non-limited unit and the Pilgrims all in this banner. So there is a chance that you do pull the limited unit, in this case, the collab unit of 2B and one of the Pilgrims with it, because you can get multiples in here. So this is a possibility. Now, it's a lot harder to do, but just know that it is possible, especially when you have these banners here. All right, now I'm going to cut off and we're gonna go to another account and we'll start telling you how to reroll. All right, so we're gonna assume that you have downloaded the game on either your phone or you've downloaded the PC client. I will be doing this off the PC client, and yeah, so this is what this is where you're at. So the phone, I believe, does this right away as soon as you launch it. It's been a long time. I haven't done it since they've done this level infinite pass stuff, but I have done this since on the PC version, so this is what we're gonna do. All right, pretty simple. You come here to new user. You'll need to register your data, be real, where you're from, USA, date of birth. My date of birth here today for this video is gonna be the lovely month of, oh wait, no, if this is backwards, because you know, the rest of the world actually does it this way, we're gonna do this. This is totally my birthday. I promise that this is solely my real birthday. And then we're going to agree to terms, we're going to continue, and then you're gonna need to register your email account. So you basically come in and go, you put in something and have fun, and you'll get this verification code sent to you and all that stuff. Now I'm gonna go ahead and create a real email address and I will be right back. All right, so it's quite simple from here on out. The next thing you'll want to do is click on the launch button and get the game started. Now for some of you, this will be quite a few minutes for you. You've got 5 GB download. You can get it shaved down to 3 if you skip, I believe, the voiceovers if you're just doing rerolls. So do not download the voice dialogue for rerolls. You can download that later in the game. So try to get the download done as soon as possible. And then we will continue on. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'll see you guys on the next clip. All right, game's booting up now. We're on a brand new fresh account. What we're going to do is we're going to quickly go over stuff. So you're going to get highlighted little clips as we go through here. It's quite simple. The game is honestly easy to re-roll, but a pain in the butt to re-roll. And we're going to talk about that now real quick. So why I say it's a pain in the butt is because a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, they decided to... Okay, that's not that long ago. We're going to skip this because I don't want to spoil anything at all, so we're just going to go hit the skip button. they decided to ban emulators because people were cheating, as we mentioned in the last video. It's really bad and it really sucks. And emulators were great because it made the reroll process so much easier. Now, basically, this is teaching you how to play the game. I don't believe it gives you the skip command, so I think you gotta kind of listen to its bullcrap. Yeah, no, we've actually got to listen to it. So you'll have to go through here. It's teaching you how to play the game. Do pay attention because these mechanics are important, because this is what's probably going to stop you from progressing those easy stages, because you're just used to carrying on. Now, there are some stuff that makes this easy to do, so we're just going to go ahead and skip. We're going to, shoot. So the way you're going to end up re-rolling is through salted emails. If you're not familiar with that practice, it's basically, in short, you add a +1, 2, 3, 50, however many salted emails you want to go through. You're going to have to do this process single shots at a time. This is why I loved emulators, because I could do this at 6 to 8 times. I think when I wasn't streaming, I could do 8. When I was not streaming, I had to do 6. I think I got 7 to work, but it was like really laggy and really janky. Now, I didn't have it in this mode. I had it all in vertical mode, so I had like verticals all on my 4K monitor going left to right, which made it a little bit easier to manage overall. But in this case, it's not. I've got the game sound off because we're not going to be doing this. So, to save you some time, what we're going to do is we're going to pause the video here. I'm going to go through this. It's just teaching you how to walk, and we're going to get to the next step. So, in short here, you're going to beat this boss, then you're going to beat this boss. Please watch the story. It's absolutely amazing. At least your first time playing through it on that first initial reroll, watch the story. Now, you're not going to hear it voice acted because you didn't download the voices, but at least read it, because I promise you, these first couple scenes, one time read, you're going to be going, okay, what's going on? And then they're going to hook you. I promise. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving through. It's teaching me how to walk to a stage. It's awesome. It's going to teach you about power, all that good stuff. And I'll see you after I beat this boss. All right, so we have reached the boss stage. We've done all that stuff. You've now met Anise and Rappy. It's time to put in your nickname. So I'm not sure if this will take it, but if it does, great, nice. And we'll enter this. Your mom's. All right, there we go. So, yep, that's right. That's our name. So, again, skipping story. So now you've created your commander name, and time to go on to chapter 1. Now, we're almost done with the reroll. Believe it or not, we're almost there. Now, what you need to do is beat these stages right here. You just got a few of them left. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 stages left, and then you're done with the reroll. So I'm gonna go ahead and beat these 4 stages. Make sure you watch the cutscene. Once. Just once. And I'll see you guys at the end of stage 1-4. All right, so we're now on to chapter 2, which now means it's time to move to the reroll process. It's pretty quick from here on out. So now we go to the lobby, and it's going to force you through a couple different things. You might want to read this, but I'm going to skip it. It's just the introduction to your target, your lobby, and now it's going to tell you to go to the Ark because you want to get this mailbox unlocked. So go to the Ark right here. You can also click the Ark button and it'll take you there. Just skip this for now, even though I've done it. You go to the deputy's room, go read through this. And then it's going to teach you about the simulation room. Now, at this point, you will be forced to go in, but you do not have to do this. But if you want to go ahead and do it, you can. But if you're trying to make this as fast as possible, just back out. So we're going to go ahead and, select our difficulty, blah, 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 begin simulation. Come back to this later is all it really comes down to. This will be one of your daily grinds from here on out. You'll always try to clear the highest level, but that's not where we need to go. We want to go back to the lobby where we're going to get introduced to the tutorial summon. So, should be right here. Go to the surface. There we go. And then we beat this mission, and then we are summon time. So I'm going to pause it real quick. We're going to beat this mission and summon away. All right, here we go. We are done with that. So 2-1 is done. We now have access to our mailbox, which is the most important part. No, stop trying to sell me your stuff. And let's go back to the lobby. Now, before we get going, I want to point out something that I forgot to mention just a minute ago after you beat... oh yeah, by the way, this is where you'll be claiming the Modernia thing for 6 more days. This is available to, looks like, the 26th of September. So if you're watching this after the 26th of September, this is gone. You will not be able to obtain all of this stuff. But we're going to go ahead and claim it, because why not? There she is in all of her glory, Modernia. But yeah, this is the most important thing I can probably teach you really, really quickly as a brand new player. The most important thing, please don't shoot the gray circles. Please. Shoot the red ring, don't shoot the gray circle. I can't tell you how many new players, especially in those co-op events, just go in and just spray everywhere. Don't shoot the gray circles. From a veteran. We love you. Don't shoot the gray circles. Thank you. Okay, now it's tutorial summon time. So, here is the recruitment that you're going to get for the tutorial summon, but I'm also going to teach you about something else. There is a bunch of stuff here. So go ahead and claim all of the pre-registration rewards, because this kind of is important for the grand scheme of things. So we come over here to recruitment, and we have a couple different options. So one school of thought is if you're going for a banner unit, you are to roll for the actual banner unit, and then if you don't get it, you delete and you roll again. All right, so that's typically the train of thought here. And in this case, what we'll do is we will assume that we are re-rolling here for 2B. So we're gonna do that. We have 10 tickets. 10 advanced tickets is a full multi. You have 3,000 gems, which is a full multi. So we have 2 multi attempts, and that means we have 2 chances at getting a 2% roll of hopefully getting her. Now, here's the cool thing. While we're doing this, if we get Scarlet here, great. We just keep going. It's an account. If we get 2B, Haran, you know, if we get some of these Modernia, Rapunzel, this is still a good account, even though it's on this banner. So, let's see what our luck is here on this account. It's nothing going to be important, but I will go ahead and teach you about this next part so that you do understand how this works. So this is the summoning animation. This little lever here will turn, and we've already got an SSR on this. Oh my gosh. Wow, just in time for the video. So let's go ahead and see what my luck is here. All right, so now it pops up, it glows gold, and we have how many units here? I actually have a double on my tutorial summon. I feel so bad for you guys right now. I feel so bad. So you can click the skip, but we're gonna go through this so that you guys can see it. I will turn this on so you can actually hear some sound. Turn this up around like right in here. Shouldn't be, you know what, I'll play it safe. I'll go in the middle. You'll have a little bit of volume in the background. So let's see what we get. Garbage, 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 garbage. All right, we got an abnormal. I got 2B. Oh my gosh.
2B here, at your service.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect this to happen. So there you go. There's 2B. For you. All right. And we got garbage. And I got a dupe of 2B. And there we go. So my tutorial summons go as so. Now, because we're gonna just throw it down, picking up what I'm throwing down. We're going over here. Same thing, it's just the only different unit is A2 is now the rate up versus 2B. And, okay, so it's glowing purple, so there's still a chance. All right. If this sparks purple, or, okay, it's white. We didn't get any SSR. So we can click skip, and there's no fake out. There is a fake out, by the way. So do note that it will spark gold when you click, when you do actually open it up. So it can start purple, but there is, and I think it's only one. I don't think I've seen a fake out with 2. All right, now we go to the tutorial summon. At this point, this is where you go. So, recruit, it just says there's a higher chance. It is a limited amount of units in here, and we're gonna do our single 10 pull and see what we get. At this point, this account would be technically good. We'd be rolling, we'd be keeping this on, and going forth. So, gold? There's a chance. Yep, we got another unit. So there we go. Whatever this is, we take, because this account would be good to go. No matter how good or bad the unit is. So the unit is Tetra. Who are you? Folkwang. All right, not the greatest unit in the world, but some of the best underboob in the game. And there's nothing else in there, so we're just gonna go ahead and do that. So we were able to start the game with quite a interesting heads up there. We need a 1. So N102, Folkwang, there we go. Let's throw Best Girl and Anise in there. And that would be our starter team. So that is the reroll process 101. I cannot believe I've got that on film. And then to core up, here you go. By the way, just in case you are wondering, in this case for 2B, the core ups aren't really that much more worth. It is 2% damage per limit break, and you have to do this 10 times after this point. Well, 9 in my case. So to fully max it out. What they call, there are 2 different things you're gonna hear is max limit break is the first 3 stars, and then coring is the last chunk, which is gonna take you up to the max level. So core 7 is what they call that. So we are on our way here with 2B. Now 2B will require a specific team, and we do not have that team, but to get started, this is fine. This is great. This is what we want. We've got a burst 1, we got a couple burst 2s, and we got some burst 3s. We're ready to start playing Nikke. Now I gotta make sure I remember this username and password so that if I need to do anything else tutorial-wise, I have it, because the odds of me getting 2B. Also, because if you do end up getting what you want, you're probably wanting to be proud of it. You come here, you set it, and forget it. There you go. Your mom's, and then we're gonna say, Luck Sack 2023. There we go. That is my title for this. So now this account is ready to go. It is bound because it is, but now let's assume this failed for you. Now what you would do is you would log out of the game. You would go to the username, you'll +1, +2, +3, and you're gonna do this until you get a result similar to what I had. Now in this case, we didn't get a Pilgrim, we got something close to it, and for the next 6 days, 2B is a great alternative to the Pilgrims. She is a Scarlet alternative, not a Scarlet replacer. There are people out there trying to say she replaces Scarlet. They're stupid, she doesn't replace Scarlet. It's not happening. But that's it in a nutshell. You now have a lot of stuff to do from here on out. But today is just covering the how to reroll, and may I add that salted rerolls suck. I at least deleted the data. It took a little bit longer, but I didn't have to do the salted email thing, and I could just constantly keep ditching accounts and re-rolling them because it was quite easy to do with an emulator. But this is how you have to do it, whether you are on mobile or on PC. This is how you re-roll. This is how you get a good start. Good luck. Also, I should point out, before we end, a very important tip is server choice does matter. Server choice matters if you are a new player and wanting to play with your friends. Make sure you play on the server they play on. This is not cross-server. If you are on NA and you do want to play on NA, I do have a guild. I'll link it in the comment below so that you guys can join. When it's full, it's full. I'll kick the inactives out after like 3 days is typically what I do, 2-3 days, depending on how busy it is. So North America server will have it. It doesn't change anything else. There's hardly anything ping related you need to worry about. But if you're on North America, great, cool, have fun. If not, play on global, have fun, play on whatever server. Just go be with your friends is the most important part. So that's it for how to reroll. I'll try to make a what to do, what does new players need to focus on video soon. I don't know if it'll be today, but I will try to make one of those in the near future. So good luck on your rerolls, everyone. It's a process. You're not gonna get as lucky as me. Please do not take this as this is not how this game works. I promise you, don't flame me in the comments when you sit there and do this 60 times and you don't get a result like this, please. It doesn't happen like this. It was luck. It's literally YouTuber luck at this point. Just thumbs up the video because I got YouTube luck today. It's awesome. I'm actually kind of cool for that. But yeah, y'all take care and we'll see you in the next one.